Hello, Joshua Collin here. Thought I'd just do hopefully a very quick update. First off, my little two-stroke weed whacker engine over here, I'm probably gonna keep. It's still listed up, but no one's really bothered to wanting to buy it, so I might run a little generator out of it. I'm not quite sure. This pile's going away. This mower's listed. This mower is sold. Garage heater worked wonders. Just did a load bank test tonight. Had a member meeting out of the harvest show, so that was nice to run it for about an hour and a half. Basically let it run while the meeting, then shut it off when done. I've sort of been cleaning up a few things, tidying up. Got rid of some old power or jumper cables that I had. So those are gone. I found out this wire is rated to 600 volts, so I'm probably going to use a little bit of this in the rewire of this thing. More on the low amperage side of things for switches and all that. So that's good to know. I have about 11 fuel tanks. Counting those two, those are kind of from our cabin. And I have a plan for this big 12-gallon long cruise tank. And that involves my Onan BFA generator. So, I'll get to that in a quick sec. The DR power trimmer that I rescued got sold. I have no need for it, considering I got the four-stroke weed whacker engine. Four-stroke weed whacker. So I still got to do its timing belt and all that, but it's been too cold and snowy to even bother. So there's that. So I'm not quite sure what I'll do with those, but if I get bored or whatever, I might just make one good one out of the two, or something like that. Whatever. 5-horse Briggs that was here, that went into my storage container, and hopefully that can be the engine for my toter that is going to be for that cart right there. That's going to have the International LB engine on it. And also used to tote around my construction light tower when need be. So I have 5 small Briggs engines. I have no need for them. Those are going to be probably on the chopping block next. Because this single cylinder engine right here, this 1.5 horse, it'll be fine, is going to replace this engine right here, because this one needs a complete carb clean and all that junko. No spark, so I got to deal with that. So I'm going to unbolt this engine, unbolt the pump, save this frame, and either probably put the single cylinder military engine on here, sell this along with all the other small engines, because they're small Briggs, because again, they're probably 30 to 40 years old. Parts are getting hard to come by. Do I really want to try and resurrect them? No. So it's I got to pick my battles, especially with the way my mental health is going these days. I still gotta repower 2 tractors and build them. This tractor and then that tractor over there. So why even bother with them? So this twin cylinder military engine probably going to be put together with this old Hypro pump. Funny thing about this pump is it's a Model N 6310. Too old for the records, so and I'm contacting Pentair, who owns Hypro. It's too old for the records. The closest thing they have is a 6500 series. pump. So I'm not sure if I want to use this one. I do have a line on 2 centrifugal type turbine pump and then a Sears centrifugal type, which I might use instead. I haven't quite figured that out. But this pump is probably gonna run this pump or whatever pump I decide will probably be ran by the twin cylinder. Excuse me. Sold the golf cart tires. They're out of here. Got some free room here. So I moved some stuff from down there to here, just sort of reorganizing. The Onan 4BFA generator. It's still on the block, not the chopping block, but the fixing block. I'm going a slight different route. I'm not going to use a cart that I had because if I want to tow this wherever I want to go in the woods, like, or behind a long garden tractor, that cart ain't gonna work. Wouldn't be really the best thing to go off road with. So I was looking at another one of these on Marketplace. The guy had it on one of the garden carts that I'm gonna use, and that gives me enough room for the fuel tank and the battery. This one is a 3.25 gallon fuel tank that was originally going to be used for my Wisconsin twin cylinder that I picked up last year, but I tried it. It doesn't fit. It's probably for like the V-twin or no V4 engine, my guess, but it's going to work perfect here. Sorry, the light's over there and it's dark out. So I'm thinking something like that, nice clothes and all that. And then, my plan is also to be able to have a fuel selector switch, just like the military generators do. So I can literally run this off this tank or that big 12-gallon long cruise tank that I have up over there. So that one would give me about 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours of run time. That long tank would give me at least 12, 13, maybe 14 hours on. Depending on load, I think these at full tilt run about 0.88 gallons per hour at 4,000 watt load. The reason why I kind of need such a big generator in my storage unit is the compressor draws about 3,300 watts when it first starts up, which stalls out that little Honda EG 1400X, which I'm gonna keep because either I'm gonna have it as a smaller generator to power some lights or run a battery charger like at the storage container, because all I got is a battery and an inverter to run the lights. So I'm gonna keep that here, but also use that over there. So yeah, this like 3-gallon tank I'm going to use probably with this engine, maybe this engine, I'm not quite sure. It's nice and small, cute, to run that pump that's going to be pumping out of 1 or 2 of those. So yeah, a lot of things in the planning stage right now, but again, it all comes down to being able to put stuff together, if you know what I mean. Stuff costs money, yada yada yada, and all that. So the chainsaw that I had right here, I got rid of. I was never gonna touch it because I'm done with 2 strokes except for that one up front there. So there's that. All the parts for the garage heater modifications. So otherwise I don't really have much. My friend is going to start working on the Tom Thumb here shortly, so that's going to be nice. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to power, or just let it have a static display, maybe run it off a little compressed air now and then just to keep things loose, just so it doesn't get stuck like I did last time. Yeah, so that's actually gonna hopefully be gone this coming weekend. Today's Monday. I tried to make this video on Sunday, but I didn't like how it turned out, and I missed out a few things. So I figured I would just remake it. So I got things in the works. It's just, again, trying to deal with my autism. That's basically what I have, and with the depression and anxiety, it's hard for me to do some projects, and plus right now I'm kind of forced not to do projects because A, funds, and B, there's someone down at Makerspace working on an outboard, which is taking up about a good chunk of the metal shop. So I have good reasons. It's been nice, so to say, to not fix stuff, but then again, it's also kind of affected me because, yeah, I've said enough. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.